Hello everyone. Got a new project today on the ALFA. The last day of our last trip, the refrigerator threw a no flame code, and after we got home I did a little inspection on it, a little research. I'll show you what the inside of the flue looks like, where the burner, it's rusted out pretty darn bad. And doing some research on refrigerator fires and RV fires, and we just decided not to risk it. So we're going to go ahead and swap this Norcold unit out with the residential. And it kind of stinks because I like this refrigerator. I like the big double door fridge, double door freezer, but I'm pretty excited to get the residential unit in there. It's a lower amperage draw. We're going to run a Hisense refrigerator, no ice maker, no water dispenser or anything, just a fridge and freezer, which I think will work perfect for us because we usually pack a cooler ice when we go places anyway. We don't live in it full time, so we just need it for 4 or 5 days at a time. Not a problem. So I'll show you all the rust and the scaling and the flaking off that I found, and let's go inside and take this Norcold refrigerator take this Norcold refrigerator out of the ALFA and get ready for the new residential unit. Okay, the Norcold has performed really good for us so far. We've really liked it. Coming from a smaller camper to this, we've really enjoyed having the double door, the size of the refrigerator, the size of the freezer. It's been a blessing for a family of 6. We have 5 of us that travel with us now. Our oldest son's off in the military, so we're down to 5, but still, it's been really great having a refrigerator this size. But it's time for it to go. I just don't want to risk a fire. It's just not worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and start pulling this out. Got some screws up here to take this trim off, as well as on the bottom. And there's some screws on the outside, and we'll go from there. All right, this is the outside of the coach, the little refrigerator access panel where your ice maker shutoff is. Go ahead and get this off and see if we got some more unhooking to do inside besides the propane line. And I'll show you the rust and scale that led me to want to do this. Okay, here's all that rust and scale. Hope you can see that. And I scraped it all out of there, but the more I tap the flue, the more that just keeps on coming out. And it was plugging up in the burner and covering up the flame sensor, and I just decided, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna go ahead and replace all this. So I'm gonna have to undo some 12-volt lines, undo my propane gas line here, and looks like some water lines, and get those plugged. And hopefully should be able to get this out pretty soon. Maybe a couple of attachment points down here. All right, I believe everything's undone. We got the propane line undone. Now, before I started this, I did make sure the propane was shut off, and I purged the line so I didn't have propane coming out of there. Gas valve was shut off going to the fridge. Got the ice maker line unhooked, and I'm just gonna go ahead and cap this off because I don't want to get rid of this line. If later, sometime down the road, I decide to put an ice maker fridge in, I still want that option there. So we got the cords unplugged, gas line unplugged, 12-volt unplugged. It does not appear to be any more fasteners in the bottom here, as the fridge seems to tilt pretty good from the inside. So let's see if I got it all unhooked, or I'm either gonna find out if it's good or find out what I forgot. Things seem to be coming out pretty good. Now it's time to go outside and see if I forgot to unhook anything. Now to figure out how to get it outside. Whew! Finally got the fridge in the coach. Ended up with the Insignia from Best Buy from a recommendation on the ALFA owner site. Took it in through the window over the couch, and that's where I got the old one out also. Now the old one, I had to bust off the plastic trim that was on the outside that set up against the wood, and once I did that, it was able to fit out of the window. And we got the new one in, my wife and I. This is the Insignia from Best Buy. It draws 1.1 amps, so we can boondock for quite a while without pulling hardly any electricity. We ended up with the white one because the stainless one was on order, and turned out they had a white one in stock in the showroom for $439 because it has a dent on the back corner, which I really don't care about. Once it's in the hole, you're not going to see the dent anyway. But we got a residential fridge and freezer, 18 cubic foot, 1.1 amp. You can come in here and look at the specs on the fridge. And then come over here. I'll take a picture of the specs there. See the sheet where it shows the amperage and all that. So we got the 1.1 amp Insignia residential fridge. Now this will go right in the hole. I went ahead and took out that upper cabinet because it just wasn't quite enough room. And when I was looking for a place to plug it in, the outlet where the ice maker plugs in does not have power with just the inverter running. You have to have the generator running. But what does have power is the outlet where the microwave plugs in. So I'm going to drill a little hole right there in the cabinet above the microwave from the fridge area to the microwave area and run the cord in and plug it right in there. Now the microwave runs at 13 amps on max power, and this is 1.1 amp. It's on a 20 amp breaker. So in theory, everything should be fine if we were running them both just on the inverter. But if it doesn't, eventually I'll move the fridge breaker to the inverter breaker panel, and that way it's on its own circuit and just don't have to worry about it anymore. But let's go ahead and get this thing in the hole. Let's get the hole drilled for the cord to go into the microwave outlet and get this thing fired up, and I'm excited to have a big old fridge in this finally. Okay, right about here next to the outlet is from the fridge side is where I'm going to drill this hole. I got a 1 3/4 hole saw bit. Going to go ahead and drill through here. That way the plug can go through and plug right into the outlet where the microwave's plugged in. Whew, that was fast. Well, here it is. The residential fridge is installed. The one I got was the Insignia from Best Buy. It was on sale. The white one's $4.99. I got a scratch and dent. Got it for $4.39 because it's got some dents on the side, which I don't care about. They're tucked in the cabinet. Anyways, everything fits pretty well. I'll give you a little peek inside our groceries. This is amazing to have this much room and to still be able to mostly get in it while the slides are in like they are now. Super happy I did this. It's a little narrower than the cabinet, than the old fridge that came out. So I'll show you what I did to fill the side in over here. Oh, and also, yeah, a little ghetto fabulous here, but I put some angle brackets up on the fridge on the top and the bottom. Keep it from leaning and sliding, and have 2 on the bottom where I had to put some wood for the fridge to sit on. Okay, here's where those angle brackets are. That I had to put some wood on the base because this fridge is actually a little deeper than the old one that came out. You can see here. So that worked out perfect just for a little platform. And then here on the side, I had stuffed all the side with insulation, some batting insulation, as well as the top. And then took a strip from the kitchen door, the wood on the front of the kitchen door, and I ripped it and put it up there so it had a little bit of trim so you didn't have this big open gap there. Thought about using it for a little broom closet, but decided not to. Now on the top, being I had to take that top cabinet out, so I took the top cabinet out because this fridge is taller, And then I took one of the strips from the front of the old fridge door and cut it, and then put the hinges and the handle on there from the old cabinet door to cover the gap. Pretty simple. You know, left a rough cut on the bottom, finished on the side, but it flips up. There's all the insulation. I didn't want a big open gap around the fridge. There's that angle bracket to hold it on. But all in all, I am really happy with this. The amount of room in there is insane compared to the old Norcold double door. So if you're thinking about doing this, just go ahead and do it. And like I said, I've got it plugged in. I've got it plugged into the outlet where the microwave plugs in, because that runs off of just the inverter. This draws 1.1 amps, so I shouldn't have any problem running it all night. And we run the generator for an hour or two during the day anyway with the AC going, so I'm not concerned about battery life at all. So that's our Insignia 18 cubic foot residential refrigerator install in the 2003 Alpha. We're loving it. We're fixing to head out on a trip and try this out. It's already so much better. Anyway, hope to see you out on the trails. God bless you.